Today we are going to study about solution of simultaneous linear equation. The topics to be covered today are solution of non-homogeneous equation by matrix method, criteria for consistency followed by algorithm and examples, solution of homogeneous equation by matrix method, algorithm followed by examples. So in this we will be provided the equations either with two unknowns or three unknowns, and how we can find the solution of those equations using inverse. Going to solve two type of equations. One is your homogeneous and another is non-homogeneous. Homogeneous equation which does not have a constant part, or say for example I have a system of equation. So when we are talking of homogeneous, in which your d1 equal to d2 equal to d3 is equal to 0. When we are talking about non-homogeneous, either all of them are non-zero or one of them can be 0. Now how we are going to use matrix inverse in solving these equations, that I am going to explain you. We have two types of equation. One is consistent, another is inconsistent. Consistent when we have a solution, whether it is unique or infinitely many solutions. Inconsistent means when we don't have a solution for the equation. So these equations can be arranged as A1, B1, B3, C3, Z equals to G3. Okay, so this is written as Ax is equal to B, and we have to find the values of x, y and z. Means here I have to find the value of capital X. So capital X is equal to A inverse B. So basically I have to find the inverse of coefficient matrix. What is your coefficient matrix? We are forming the coefficient matrix by taking the coefficients of x, y and z, arranging them in the column, and then we will find the inverse of A. How we find the inverse of A? First of all we find the cofactor matrix, then we find adjoint. Adjoint is nothing but the transpose of the cofactor matrix. Then inverse. Inverse is 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint A, and then whatever is the result comes of A inverse multiplied by B. So first of all I will tell you the conditions of consistency, and then I will explain you the algorithm. So now I will explain you what are the criteria for the consistency. So first we'll find determinant A, and if your determinant A is not equal to 0, then our equations have a unique solution. And how to find the unique solution? X is equal to A inverse B. Now second is, if determinant A is equal to 0, we calculate adjoint A into B. We'll calculate, and if your adjoint A into B is equal to 0, then system is consistent and has infinitely many solutions. Now what is the second part? Maybe it can happen adjoint A into B not equal to 0, then your system becomes inconsistent, that is no solution. Okay, so what are the criteria? First we'll calculate the determinant. Okay, if determinant is not equal to 0, you have a unique solution, so x is equal to A inverse B. If determinant A is equal to 0, so we'll calculate adjoint A into B. If adjoint A into B is equal to 0, then the system is consistent and has infinitely many solutions. If adjoint A into B not equal to 0, then system is inconsistent and hence no solution. Now first I'll tell you the algorithm, and then we'll do one question on it. First what we have to do, obtain the system of equations and express it in a matrix equation from Ax is equal to B. Find determinant A. Next step is, if determinant A is not equal to 0, then the given system of equation is consistent with unique solution. To obtain the solution, compute A inverse by using A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint A, and use the formula x is equal to A inverse B. But if determinant A is equal to 0, then the given system of equation is either inconsistent or it has infinitely many solutions. To distinguish these two, what we have to compute? Adjoint A into B. If adjoint A into B is not equal to 0, then the given system of equation is inconsistent, that is it has no solution. If adjoint A into B equals to 0, then the given system of equation is consistent with infinitely many solutions. In order to find this infinitely many solutions, replace one of the variables by some real number. Say for example k. This will reduce the number of variables by 1. Now take any two of the three equations and solve them by matrix method. So now these are two equations and two variables. Okay, so we have to find the solution of these equations by using matrix method. We will write in the matrix form. Write the coefficients of x. So 1, coefficient of y -2, here -3, 5. X, y equals to 4, 7. Okay, so Ax is equal to B. This implies x is equal to A inverse B. But first we'll calculate the determinant of A. So determinant of A is 1, -2, -3, 5. What we do? Multiply the diagonal elements minus of diagonal elements, which is equal to -1. So determinant of A is not equal to 0, hence A inverse exists. It means my system will have a unique solution. So now what I am going to do, I will find the cofactors. To find A inverse, you require adjoint of A. I already have determinant of A, and then A inverse is equal to adjoint of A upon determinant of A. Okay. So first of all, I will find the cofactors. C11. Leave the corresponding row and column. What you are getting? 5. C12 minus. So leave the corresponding row and column. So which is equal to 3. C21 you find out. C21 is minus of -2 and C22 is 1. Okay, so now I will find my adjoint of A. So adjoint of A is nothing but transpose of cofactor matrix. 5, 3, 2, 1. We'll find the transpose of it. So what I am getting? 5, 3, 2. What is my A inverse? A inverse is adjoint of A upon determinant of A. 1 upon -1. 5, 2, 3, 1. Is that clear? Now I have to find x is equal to A inverse B. So what is my x? X, y. What is my A inverse? Minus of 5, 2, 3, 1. What is my B matrix? 4 minus 7. Multiply it. 5 4s are 20. 20 minus 14. 6. Second row. First column. So 12 minus 7. 5. So what does that imply? Now I'll use equality of the matrix. So x is equal to -6 and y is equal to -5. So this is my desired result using matrix method. So now I have another example in which I have 3 unknowns. So now let us solve this question. First we'll write it in a proper manner. So x plus 2y plus z equals to 7. Next is x. We don't have any term of y here. So plus 0y plus 3z equals to 11. 2x minus 3y plus 0z is equal to 1. Now first of all, what we'll calculate? Determinant of A. So we'll write these in the form 1, 2, 1, 1, 0, 3, 2, minus 3, 0, x, y, z, which is equal to 7, 11, 1. Okay. So this is Ax is equal to B. So first of all, I will find determinant A and check if the inverse exists or not. So determinant A is equal to 1, 0, plus 9, minus 2, 0, minus 6, plus 1, minus 3. Okay. So what I am getting? 9 plus 12 minus 3, which is equal to 18, not equal to 0. Hence, if determinant is not equal to 0, it means A inverse exists. From this equation what we can derive? That X is equal to A inverse B. Is that clear? Now for A inverse I require adjoint. Okay, what is adjoint? Transpose of the cofactor matrix. So first of all I will find the cofactors of the elements of A. C11. So plus sign will come. I told you plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, alternate negative positive signs will come. So 0, 3, minus 3, 0, which is equal to 0 minus of minus 9. So plus 9. Okay. C12 negative sign will come. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 0. So it is minus of minus 6 means plus 6. C13 is again positive. So check 1, 2, 0, minus 3. So minus 3. Now C21 is minus. C21 is 2, minus 3, 1, 0. Minus of 0, minus of minus 3, 3. So it will be minus 3. Similarly, we can find out the values of the other cofactors. So now from these cofactors, I'll frame the cofactor matrix and I'll take the transpose of the cofactor matrix and I'll get my adjoint. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I will erase this part and this part. Okay. So now I will form my cofactor matrix. Okay. So adjoint A equals to Cij transpose. So I am going to write what will come here: C11, C12, C13. Okay. So 9 minus 2 minus 2. And what we have to take of it? Transpose. So the transpose of it is rows will become column and column will become rows. So 9, 6, minus 3, minus 3, minus 2, 7, 6, minus 2, minus 2. So this is my adjoint of A. Now I'll find A inverse. So what is A inverse? Adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. Right? What was my determinant? It was 18. Right? So we'll write here 1 by 18 and I will write my adjoint of A. So 9 minus 7 minus 2. Okay. And now I have to find X. X is nothing but my A inverse B. Substitute the value of A inverse. So 9 7s are 63 minus 33 plus 6. 6 7s are 42 minus 22 minus 2 minus 21 plus 77 minus 2. Okay. So basically what I am getting by 18. So what does that imply? X is equal to 2, Y is equal to 1 and Z is equal to 3. So this is the proper way of solving the equations by matrix method. So now see the viewers, this is a different type of a question in which we have to utilize the product of these two matrices and find the solution of these simultaneous equation. Okay, so you have to use this product. So let us assume A is equal to minus 4, 4, 4, minus 7, 1, 3, 5, minus 3, minus 1. And C is equal to 1, minus 1, 1, 1, minus 2, minus 2, 2, 1, 3. Okay. Let us find the product of this. So AC is equal to 4 minus 8 plus 4 minus 4, 6 minus 1, last 5 plus 6 minus 3, 8, 0, 0, 0, 8, 0, 0, 0, 8. So basically AC is equal to 8 into arbitrary matrix. 1 by 8 AC is equal to I or I can write 1 by 8 C is equal to A inverse. Okay, now I have to use this part in solving these equations. So this was my A matrix and this was my C matrix. So now I will write these equations in the form of a matrix. Okay, so 1 minus 1 1, 1 minus 2 minus 2, 2 1 3. Okay, X Y Z, and what is my B matrix? 4 9 1. Okay, so this is my C matrix, right? Can you see here C is same? So it means CX is equal to B. Okay, X is equal to C inverse B. So I have to find the value of C inverse, right? So I have already written here 1 by 8 C is equal to A inverse. So this can be written as 1 by 8 A is equal to C inverse, right? So C inverse can be replaced by 1 by 8 of A and into B. So my C inverse is nothing but 1 by 8 A. So 1 by 8 A into B. We have utilized the product of these two. We are not going the traditional way of solving the matrix method. I have utilized this product. So substitute the value X, Y, Z, 1 by 8. What is my A matrix? Minus 4, 4, 4, minus 7, 1, 3, 5, minus 3, minus 1, and I will write my B matrix. What is 4, 9, 1? Let us find out the value. Minus 16, minus 27, minus 1. Okay, so I am getting 24 by 8. I am getting minus 8 by 8. What does that imply? X equals to 3, Y equals to minus 2, and Z is equal to minus 1. So basically whatever relation we have got from the product, I have utilized that relation and then find out your C inverse. Now let us solve some word problem based on the simultaneous linear equation. A mixture is to be made of 3 foods ABC. The 3 foods ABC contain nutrients PQR as shown below. So you can see the table. So in that food ABC is given and the ounces per pound of nutrient is given PQR. How to form a mixture which will have 8 ounces of P, 5 ounces of Q and 7 ounces of R. So now these are the requirements of PQR. So total P nutrient is required as 8 units. This is 5 and this is 7 in the food mixture of ABC. So let me say that X pounds of food mixture is added, Y pounds of B and Z pounds of C. Right? So how we can frame the equations from here? X plus 3y plus 4z is equal to 8. So see, X, Y, Z equals to 8. Now similarly for Q we can frame 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 5. Next I can frame 5x plus y plus z equals to 7. This is my required matrix. X is equal to A inverse B. Now I'll find determinant of A. So what I am getting? I am getting 11 which is not equal to 0. Hence A inverse exists. Okay. So now what I have to do? I have to find the adjoint of A. For adjoint I have to find the cofactor matrix. So adjoint of A equals to, now I'll find the cofactors of the terms. So it is minus 1, 8, minus 3, 2, and what we are getting then? 6 and then minus 5. So now we will take the transpose of it. So what I am getting here? I am getting minus 1, 8, minus 3, 1, minus 19, 14, 2, 6, minus 5. Okay. Now I will find the A inverse. So what is my A inverse? A inverse is 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. So it is 1 upon 11 minus 1, 8, minus 3, 1, minus 19, 14, 2, 6, minus 5. Okay. Now I have to find X is equal to A inverse B. So my A inverse is 1 upon 11 minus 1, 1, 2, 8, minus 19, 6, minus 3, 14, minus 5. And what is my B? 8, 5, 7. Now I'll multiply and find the values. Required food A, food B, food C to be merged to get a proper nutrient diet. So minus 8 plus 5 plus 14. Next is 64 minus 95 plus 42. Next is minus 24 plus 70 minus 35. Okay. So basically what I am getting, 1 upon 11, 11, again 11, right? So X, Y, Z is equal to 11 by 11, 11 by 11, 11 by 11, which implies X is equal to 1, Y is equal to 1 and Z is equal to 1. Okay. So I require food A 1 pound, food B 1 pound, food C also 1 pound to meet the required nutrients in the food. Now we have learned the solution of the non-homogeneous equation by matrix method. Now we will learn the solution of a homogeneous system of linear equations. Okay, so basically we'll just go through with what is homogeneous equation. Say for example, I have the equation a1x plus b1y plus c1z equals to 0. a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equal to 0. a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equal to 0. So I have an equation of kind ax is equal to 0. Whenever ax is equal to 0 means my constant terms are all 0, then it is a homogeneous system of equation. So there are two cases which can arise from this. Okay, so case 1 is determinant is not equal to 0. Okay, so from here if I find the determinant of A and it is not equal to 0, so this implies trivial solution. What is that trivial solution? X is equal to 0, Y is equal to 0 and Z is equal to 0. This is case 1. Okay. What will be my case 2? That determinant A equals to 0 means it will become a singular matrix. So whenever my determinant is equal to 0 and it is a singular matrix, what we used to find? We used to find the value of adjoint A into B, right? Which will be nothing but adjoint A. And my B matrix is 0. So it will be obviously equal to 0. Right? So whenever my adjoint A into B equals to 0, I have infinitely many solutions. You will take any two of the equations and send Z to the other side and assume that Z is equal to K. You will get two equations in X and Y. Solve those X and Y equation using matrix method. Okay. So now we'll do one example. You will understand better. So let us start with the algorithm of that. So first step will be obtain the system of equation expressed in the metric equation of the form Ax is equal to 0. Okay. Now step 2 will find the determinant of A. Next is if determinant A is not equal to 0, then X is equal to Y is equal to Z is equal to 0 will be the only solution of the homogeneous equation. Okay. If determinant is equal to 0, it means the system has infinitely many solutions. In order to find these solutions, what we are going to do, we'll substitute Z is equal to K and solve any of the two equations of X and Y by using matrix method. And the values of X and Y so obtained with Z is equal to K will be the solution of the system. Now let us take the examples. So now these are my system of homogeneous equations. Why homogeneous? Because see, I don't have any constant terms over here. So now what we are going to do, first of all we will arrange in the matrix equation. So 2, 3, 1, minus 1, 2, 4, 1, minus 1, 3, and here is my x, y, z, and here is 0, 0, 0, right? So it is of the form Ax is equal to null matrix. Now I will find determinant of A. Okay, so determinant of A is 2. Leave the corresponding row and column. We are finding using expansion of first row. Take 2, leave the corresponding row and column. Minus of minus 1. What you are left with? 9 plus 1 plus 1, 12 minus 2. Okay, so this is 20 plus 10 plus 10. It is equal to 40, which is not equal to 0. So I told you, whenever our determinant is not equal to 0, we have a trivial solution. What is that? X is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and z is equal to 0. So this implies trivial solution, which is nothing but x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and z is equal to 0 in case of your homogeneous equation. Right? Now we will solve another example in which our determinant will be equal to 0. Okay, now let us take these simultaneous equation and we'll frame in the matrix. 1, 1, minus 3, 1, minus 1, 1, minus 6, 2, 2. Here is x, y, z. Here is, okay, so it is Ax is equal to 0. Again, determinant A. So it is coming equal to 0. So my determinant A is equal to 0, means it is singular. So whenever it was singular, we used to find adjoint A into B, which is obviously equal to 0. Since my B is 0, multiplication of any matrix with a null matrix will be a 0, right? So now what I am going to do, I am going to take any two equations. I am taking these two equations and I will convert them by using z is equal to k. So let z equals to k. So this implies my equation will reduce to x plus y equals to 6k, and this will reduce to x minus y equals to minus 2k. So now we will write this into matrix form. Okay, so Ax is equal to B, right? Now I will find the determinant of A. What is my determinant of A? Minus 1 equals to minus 2, right? So the solution exists, means A inverse exists. For A inverse, what I have to find? I have to find the adjoint. So what is my adjoint? Adjoint A is nothing but transpose of the cofactor matrix, right? So what is my cofactor of 1? Minus 1. What is the cofactor of this? Minus 1, right? Because this has to be followed by the minus sign. Now again I am fighting for this minus 1, for this is 1, and I have to take the transpose of it, right? So which is nothing but equal to minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 1. Okay. Now I have to find x. What is my x? A inverse B. A inverse is equal to adjoint A by determinant of A, right? So what is my adjoint A? This matrix, what is my determinant? Minus 2. So 1 upon minus 2, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 1. Okay. Now x is equal to A inverse B. So my A inverse is 1 by minus 2, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 1 into what is my B? 6k minus 2k, right? So we'll multiply and divide. So this is minus 6k plus 2k minus 6k minus 2k. So basically what I am getting? Minus 1 by 2 minus 4k minus 8k. So I am getting 2k 4k, which implies x is equal to 2k, y is equal to 4k, and we have assumed z is equal to k. So giving different values to k, I will get the infinitely many solutions. Whenever we are talking about a homogeneous equation and you have a singular matrix, means the determinant of A is equal to 0, what you are supposed to do? You have to find adjoint of A into B, which is obviously equal to 0 because adjoint A will be a non-zero matrix and B is your null matrix, right? After that, what you are going to do? Assume Z is equal to K, make two equations in X and Y and solve using matrix method. Today we learn solution of non-homogeneous equation by matrix method, criteria for consistency followed by algorithm and examples, solution of homogeneous equation by matrix method, algorithm followed by examples. That's all for this topic today. Stay tuned.